Yes, guys, how you doing? Welcome back to Football Inc. How are you? Hope you're all happy and healthy doing the things you love. It is Sunday. It is the day of FA Cup semi-final. Second part has just finished. Chelsea have gotten past Leeds United 1-0. Bit of a rubbish game of football. We're going to be talking about that. We also got, of course, all of the Premier League games to discuss. Oh, especially the most interesting ones down at the bottom and up at the top of the table. And, of course, in the European race. And we have another unbelievably stupid decision regarding PSNR and FFP, this time affecting West Bromwich Albion. You can't make this one up, people. West Brom guilty of breaching the rules that weren't rules when they were breached. But the Football League deciding to change the law and apply it retrospectively, thus putting West Brom in breach of the PSNR calculations and receiving a 2-point penalty. Fortunately for them, it doesn't affect them in terms of their league status, which is probably and possibly why they only got a 2-point deduction. But either way, we're going to talk about all of that as well. Hope you're all happy and healthy. I'm here with Jonny H, of course. Be up to you, Jonny. Before I come and find out how you're doing, guys, do smash the like button for us. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Notification button should be squeezed. Comments should be dropped. We are available on all of your podcast platforms. So if that's your jam, then wherever you go on those areas, do give us a follow, do give us a rating, do give us a review. We are trying to grow those our share of that platform. And lastly, before I come and see Jonny, don't forget, guys, OK Jersey offers you the best price and the best quality discounts in town on all of your clobber. And they do have specials on right now with regards to international shirts for the World Cup. But they also have all of next season's clobbers that haven't already been announced yet. I don't know how they do it, but I'll tell you what they also do is give you 8% off using code FINC, code FINC at checkout. Big up to them for the sponsor. Jonny, how you doing? Good to see you.
I'm all good. I'm all good after yesterday's roller coaster ride of emotions. I'm just thinking, Sean, they got deducted 2 points for a £2 million discrepancy. Based on that, and Manchester City's 115 charges, that should put Manchester City in League One.
Yeah.
I mean,
Listen.
Honestly, man, I mean, just when you think it can't get more ridiculous, it does. I mean, we've got VAR, we've got PSR, we've got PGMOL, we've got acronym, we got. I mean, all of these organisations are laughable. It's an absolute joke at the moment. But yeah, luckily for West Brom, it's not going to make any difference to them. But still, it seems kind of farcical. That we'll come on to that. We'll come on to that.
Should we start? Seeing as we're talking about it, should we just start with that? I've got the announcement here. If you want to just, I can run it through us. If you want to just start there, and then we'll get straight into the football. Shall we? Is that all right, Jonny?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the situation, guys. This is the situation of how do I get this up? Here we go. So West Bromwich Albion have released the following statement. Following a 2-day hearing which concluded on the 23rd of April, the EFL club's financial review panel, the CFRP, has published a decision which states that the club has exceeded the upper loss threshold for the 3-year reporting period ending 30th of June last year, and will therefore receive a 2-point deduction effective immediately. At this stage, the CFRP has not published any written reasons for the decision. They've just said, "Oh, we've concluded, and you owe us 2 points." No reasons for it. The club disagrees with the CFRP's findings and remains of the view that it has fully complied with the profitability and sustainability rules. The decision does not state the amount of which the club is said to have exceeded the upper loss threshold. West Bromwich Albion have not been informed of the quantum of the breach, save that this is less than £2 million. So all they know is that they're within £2 million of breaching. This is therefore the smallest ever breach of the P&S rules across the EFL Championship and the Premier League. Proceedings were brought by the EFL Club's Financial Reporting Unit following a change in the CFRU's approach to community development expenditure. This is the key nugget here. In 23-24, the CFRU accepted that the club was entitled to include in-kind donations to the club's facilities, staff, time and resources to its official charity partner, the Albion Foundation, in its P&S calculation. So essentially, they paid £2 million to their own foundation, their own charity. And that was fine. As of that year, that was fine and within the rules. Okay? Earlier this year, the CFRU informed the club that it had changed its approach and imposed a retrospective adjustment to the club's P&S calculation. So They decided that it's no longer okay, but it's not no longer okay going forward. It's no longer okay as of today, but they're going to go back and say it wasn't okay when you did it before, even though, as far as they were aware, it was okay when they did it before. It's like, I was just saying this to Jonny backstage. It's like spitting your chewing gum out on the floor yesterday.
In Singapore.
Tomorrow,
yeah.
Or whatever, where there's no crime, right? And then tomorrow you find out the police say, actually, now if you spit your chewing gum out, you're going to go to prison for 5 years. But it's not going forward. We're actually going to go back and look at all the CCTV, and anyone that did it in the previous year when it was okay to do it, you're still going to go to prison anyway. It's absolutely mind-boggling how that is acceptable or in any way appropriate. Sure, change the rules, Jonny. Sure, if that's what you want to do, you want to.
It's got to be from that point. It can't
got to be from that point forward, right? It has to be.
They've done their accounting when they made. I mean, so Henry Winter hit the nail right on the head when he said, "So a club can sell its hotel to itself, sell its women team to itself, but West Brom are punished for legitimate in-kind donations to the Albion Foundation, its charity partner that saves lives." Albion also believes the alleged PSR breach is less than £2 million. It's like, I mean, I don't know where we're going with this. I mean, let's go after the big guns, eh? Let's stop going after the small fry for making a donation to a justifiable charity that helps people who are struggling with their lives, as opposed to selling your hotel to yourself, selling the women's football team to yourself, selling the car park to yourself to save yourself from PSR and FFP breaches. They're one and a different thing. And then
also, of all the things to do, Jonny, it's charitable donations.
It's
like, I wouldn't mind.
Who are these people? Who are these people?
I'm sorry. We need to find some people guilty of breaching some rules. We've got to show that our rules have teeth. You know what? We're going to invent new rules, and the new priority is to make sure that football clubs don't give any money to charitable foundations. No. You can do whatever. You can sell your left arm to your right arm. You can have all sorts of people coming in from all over the world with all of their shenanigans and their skullduggery. None of those guys have any consequences for their actions, but little old West Brom.
I mean, it's ridiculous. It seems pretty perverse, though, that those, who can structure and play complex accounting tricks within their own business, seem to be getting away with murder. And those with the sharpest minds, Sean.
But you're going to discourage. Like, there's so much wrong with this. Obviously, it's incredibly stupid to be able to sit there and say, we're going to punish you for things that you did yesterday that weren't a crime at the time, but now we decided they are. That's ridiculous. But secondly, of all the things to go after, charitable donations, like those sorts of things, I know they're tax write-offs, but ultimately there are beneficiaries to charitable donations. Now you're going to discourage anyone giving money to charity from football clubs because it won't help their PSR situation. And at that level of football, every penny counts, right? In terms of trying to get by.
Well, I think it's fantastic, Sean. I think it's a fantastic new rule that will now stop, football clubs donating to local charities who need the money. I mean, let's cut that out. Let's stamp out charitable donations to the community. After all, that's what football clubs were based around. Their community. That's where it all started. If you go down to the grassroots football, it's all about community. It's an absolute farce, mate. They got to go back to the drawing board and find some other fucking rules. This is what happens. You bring new people onto a board and they go, right, I have to make my job worthy. I'm going to come up with a new rule. I don't need a new rule, but I've got to find one to substantiate my employment.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what they do. And that's what they do. And they find some bullshit. I mean, this is one of the most laughable ones that I've heard in a long time, especially with everything that's been going on with Villa and Chelsea and Man City and everybody else right now. I'm sure this one's got more to run. I think
it sends a horrible precedent. And like you say, once again, just prioritize. Can we just get some actual levels of priorities in place here, that certain teams get away with shenanigans and wrongdoings for years and years and years. And let's not forget, Jonny, that Chelsea's cheating, that again, they are officially cheats. Chelsea won all their titles during that period whilst cheating. Now, they weren't stripped of their titles and their punishment was a slap on the wrist, which is a joke anyway, but they are cheats, officially cheats. But the only reason we know about them is because Todd Bowley discovered it when the Premier League auditors didn't. And Todd Bowley went, look, governor, it's not us, it's the previous guy, even though they still benefit from the brand and the size of the brand, all that, the brand reputation that was grown from those ill-gotten gains, all those ill deeds. And Manchester City, the 115 charges that have been going on for God knows how long and we still haven't got to the bottom of, well, that only really came to its head because of leaked and hacked emails. So what possible faith can any football fan have in the enforcers of the rules or the creators of the rules if, first of all, they're making stupid, crazy fucking rules like this one, and second of all, the biggest cheats don't get punished, but the only reason we even hear about them cheating anyway is by essentially serendipity and a knock-on effect of other things happening. Like the Premier League auditors are not good enough at reading books to be able to figure this stuff out for themselves, so they go after the little guy where it's more difficult to find and figure these things. Sorry, it's more easy to find and figure these things out. It's a joke, and it begs the question: what other football clubs are doing it? Are Tottenham up to it? Are Villa up to it? Are Newcastle up to it? Possibly. You don't know, because the Premier League clubs, well, they just don't get found out for these things unless, like I say, something else happens that just happens to them bring that stuff to the attention by pure chance.
Do you know how little interest I have in the 2026 FA Cup cheat-off final? I mean, we've got Man City and Chelsea, the two biggest manipulators.
Right.
It should be sponsored by who could be the just try to think of come up with some sponsors in the chat for the cheat-off final, right? I'm sure we can find some good
sponsored by Lance Armstrong or something.
Lance Armstrong, eh?
Yeah.
Steroids.
Yeah.
I just, isn't it ironic that these are the two teams in the final? Man City and Chelsea again.
Well, listen, let's move on then. Let's talk about a little bit about talk about the final, the semi-final today. Leeds didn't really show up, did they, in the first half?
Nah,
didn't like it.
No.
Bit of an easy day for Chelsea, really.
A really bit of an easy day.
Terrible game of football, though, for what it's worth.
Yeah. Luckily, Delap wasn't playing for Chelsea up front. I thought Sanchez had a good game, made a couple of good saves, one very good save with a big, strong hand. But João Pedro makes a huge difference to them up front, holding the ball up, bringing them into play. It's going to be a difficult one for, I think, Chelsea. Although they weren't great, I think they're definitely going to have more purpose and more of a spring in their step. Cole Palmer looks like he's totally disinterested, strolling around the pitch. I think that's 8 games now without scoring a goal.
Yeah.
Ampadu.
You think he's going to go in the summer?
I said that last summer that I think this will be his last season at Chelsea. I think
because of Aston getting the 10 shirt, yeah.
But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens there. But I think it depends who comes in as the manager. But listen, Leeds. I'm surprised. I thought Leeds would throw more at it. I mean, Nonto came on late in the game, and he just didn't do anything, mate. He was absolutely sure. Mike Vrabel.
Have you heard about this guy? There's this guy is a head coach of an NFL team. I forget which one, and he so he was basically cheating on his wife with some journalist for years and years, right? And this journalist was like putting, after she had her child with her actual husband, she put out tweets around the time of when it turned out that they were having an affair together, saying, "Oh, I've named my son Mike." Basically, I'm just like, after Mike Vrabel, the football coach that you're cheating on your husband with, and like they're going back now and finding all this footage of like these interviews where she's asking him questions, and there's so many like layered kind of messaging in there that they're in a relationship that no one saw at the time, but then after it came out a couple of weeks ago or last week, like now everyone's going back and trawling through the footage. Yeah, Mike Vrabel, the cheating git, absolutely heartbreaking for that family.
Cheats are us. We've had Toys R Us. Their cheats are us.
Well, the Patriots coach, was it? Oh, fair enough.
Patriots.
Coach.
Yeah. Big club, legendary status. I mean, look, I think Palmer was strolling around that pitch. Didn't look like he was particularly interested. Even 50-50 challenges, he didn't seem to be that that engrossed in. One would think that with the World Cup coming up, that he would be, more interested in committing to himself. But rather worryingly, Chelsea had a little bit more swagger, progressed the ball a lot better, and they were a vastly different team to the one that played Brighton last week. Leeds looked a bit tired, Sean. Looked a bit tired. It's that big Wembley pitch, though. It was a hot day, large pitch. Quite a few of them were having problems with cramp and stuff like that. But we shall see. So
big opportunity missed though for Leeds. I feel like big opportunity missed. I think the Leeds could have, if they at least turned up today, they could have got past Chelsea. And another season, and it's going to go to one of those usual two, right? Like you said at the start, the two that are just that have had more access to resources and unreasonable amounts of wealth, either before the rules were put in place or during the rules were put in place. All of the efforts and the attempts to kind of to bend or break the rules as well. It just couldn't happen to two.
Squad depth, Sean. Squad depth, right? Huge squad depth. That Manchester City yesterday when they beat Southampton, Southampton went one up.
And they put up a fight, Southampton, though, didn't they? They put up a fight.
Yeah, they did. But they rested a lot of players, and they double quick time. They scored the 2 goals. But how many teams could play an FA Cup semi-final and drop that many players?
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Very few injuries and very much and just brilliant amounts of depth. I'll tell you what, though, mate. Just talking about Chelsea coach, did a good job getting them reorganised again. Look like they've sort of put an arm around each other and sort of trying to reinvigorate. And it's his first win. 3 games now. He lost one, drew one, and now he's won one against Leeds in the cup. So
I think they hated. I think it was obvious they hated the PE teacher because they went from disharmony to harmony. They were protecting the manager. I think it was Ampadu that went over there, tried to noise them up when they went over to have a conversation about some tactics, and it all sort of started kicking off, and they all ran over to try and protect the manager. I think it was all to do with the outgoing manager. I think they'll be fine now in the last few games. The question is, can they, put on a run now to get, to make sure of that 6th place? And, will Aston Villa, a bit of a surprise, Aston Villa losing to Fulham. Will Aston Villa sink into that 5th place now? It's a possibility. And with that comes the possibility that Chelsea could sneak in via 6th place to the Champions League.
Villa are already in 5th place, aren't they?
Yeah, but if they fall right back into that, they're going to be fighting that. Unfortunately, Spurs are playing them next.
Yeah.
And they'll be looking
Sunday night at 8 p.m, by the way.
Is it 8? I thought it was 7. Is it 8?
No, sorry, it's 7 p.m. Yeah, it's just a weird time for a game, though, isn't it? Weird time for a game, Sunday night.
Us up. First of all, it was meant to be 12:30. Now it's 7 o'clock on a Sunday, which means I'm not going to get back till late from that game. But listen, we need to be focused on that. Let's just finish off with the Fulham game, Fulham Villa. Just the 1 goal. Ryan Sessegnon, who, let's be honest, spent his entire 5 years almost at Spurs injured. No shock there. Everyone who's never been injured before is injured. He's just been given a new contract, Sean, a contract extension. He's hardly missed a game.
Yeah, mate. He's
turned into the player we were meant to have when we signed him.
So bloody annoying, that, isn't it? Like, how many? I think when you figured it out, I think him and Ndombele got paid something like 11,000 or 8,000 pound per minute that they played for Tottenham. So both very similar amounts of money, despite their injury proneness, or they're just that they're played on loan or whatever in the case of Ndombele. But unbelievable amounts of money per minute on a per minute basis. Couldn't get fit at all. Goes to Fulham. He's absolutely fine. And he hasn't missed a game. It's ridiculous. We are cursed. Our football club has got a curse around it with regards
100%.
Mental.
I have said many times, I think, when they were building the stadium, I don't know if it was West Ham or someone put a gypsy curse or whatever the curse may be on the stadium. And, it's just been a disaster ground. Some say that it's the pitch. We've had this conversation before. Same as Real Madrid have had issues. But anyway, it wasn't a good performance by Aston Villa. I don't know if they had one eye on the game against Forest. I hope they have one eye on the game against Forest when we play them next Sunday. We shall see. But it's a huge game for both teams. Tell me, do you think there's a possibility that having Forest absolutely smashed Sunderland 5-0? I mean, it was an embarrassment that game. Yeah. That Forest could repeat what Spurs did and finish 17th in the league and win the Europa League.
Unai Emery's too good with the Europa League.
You would think so, but you would think so. He would be where my money would be on. But let's be honest, Forest are on an absolute roll now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's definitely more of an interesting battle than it would have been on paper about a month ago when Forest looked like they were going to get really drawn into it. But Morgan Gibbs-White's putting in an unbelievable turnaround in form just when they need it. They've got some good players still at Forest. Villa have got a couple of injuries, and Villa are very hit and miss. Like I saw Ollie Watkins in that game against Fulham. I missed it. He makes lots of good runs and stuff, but I've always felt about Ollie Watkins, mate. He seems like he needs 7 or 8 chances to score one. He does miss too many chances. But listen, over 2 legs, I don't know. For me personally, mate, I think the Villa will get through, and I hope that Villa take it as seriously as I expect them to, because they'll go full strength against Forest away at the City Ground on Thursday night, and then hopefully they'll. I don't think there's too much. That's what I was going to show you on this. If you look at the table,
he could have been ours, couldn't he? Morgan Gibbs, Lily White. It was going to be.
Could have been. But Aston Villa, I don't know. Yes, they're currently 5th, right? So that 6th spot could become available for a Champions League spot if Villa do win it and they stay where they are in the league. But I do think there's 8 points gap. So I feel like Aston Villa can probably sit there and assume. Do you think that they're going to sit there and think that they're pretty much guaranteed, even if they were to lose to Liverpool, that they should in reality be lose to Forest,
to Spurs,
that they should be okay, and therefore they can rest a few players against Tottenham?
I think so. I mean, I can't see what happened last season where they fell out in the final day to a terrible decision from the referee. I can't see it happening again. No, I think that 8-point buffer should just about be enough. I think it's going to be enough. I really do. Unless they went on a ridiculous run and someone goes on a ridiculous run. I mean, I think they would have to lose their last 4 games, I reckon.
Yeah, same.
And
I can't see all Brighton, Bournemouth, and Chelsea and Brentford. But it'd be lovely to see. I genuinely would like Villa to win the Europa League and to finish 5th, because I think it would be really nice to see one of not Chelsea, but Brighton, Bournemouth, and Brentford. All 3 of them have got a fantastic model, very respectfully run football clubs that know how to replace the holes that only open up when one of their best players is sold as a victim of being that successful, that model enthusiast. And so to see one of those 3, Bournemouth, Brighton, or Brentford, to qualify for the Champions League would be a wonderful reward for their excellence in what they do.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to see the model rewarded with Premier League.
Just quickly, I didn't realise this. Where is it? Someone's saying, John George, Ryan Sessegnon is in fact injured. We're just saying he's never missed a game since he joined.
Oh, no, but that's the thing. Every team that plays at Arsenal has a player missing. So this is Arsenal's luck. We have the reverse luck. So no Tonali. When Arsenal played, no Tonali, no Anthony Gordon. Now we know that had Newcastle had Tonali and Anthony Gordon, it would have been a much different game. Arsenal are playing Atletico Madrid on Wednesday. Lookman is extremely doubtful to play the game. Ryan Sessegnon, he's played most of the games he's going to be out against Arsenal. I mean, it's just written. It's just written. Should we move on to the Arsenal game? What do you think?
Let me just quickly get on the old the point system. So it was 1-0. It was 1-0 to Villa, 1-0 to Fulham, wasn't it? So we all get a point each for that. So you all went 2-1. We've done the Sunderland Nottingham Forest game.
What do we have? What did we have for that?
We all went for home wins, so none of us got anything there. The next game was which one? Oh, let's do Arsenal Newcastle then. Yeah, I went for 1-0, so 3 points to me. You went for 1-1, so nothing for you. And the chat, where Anthony went for 2-0 to Arsenal, so a point. So he pulls away. The chat pull away a bit there, mate. Let's talk about the game though. Yeah, it wasn't a great game, was it?
Listen, they squeezed past this game again. Squeezed past. Havertz gone off injured. Eze yet again coming up with a... Oh, did he? Sorry, mate. I didn't think he played. I only saw bits of the highlights because I was... I got back late from the Spurs game. Eze's goal, though. Jesus Christ. Spurs could have done with that. That's what a strike. Again. How many of those has he hit this season? I mean, he's been near with a few. I mean, the one that hit the post against Man City... I think it was a big mistake from Mikel Arteta to take him off in that game against City because he was just coming into the game. I mean, he does prefer to play through the middle, but he drifts out from the left-hand side. Vissa.
How many goals has he got now this season? He's got...
He hasn't played a lot of games, has he?
Let me get it. All competitions... All competitions, he has 10 goals and 6 assists in 47 appearances.
Yeah, but a lot of those have been off the bench. Quite a lot of them have been off the bench. But 10 goals and 6 assists, I'd have taken that at our club, and he would have played every game for us.
If he wasn't injured.
Well, yeah,
it would have come. It would have come to Tottenham and done his hamstring within the first 30 seconds of being on the pitch, shouldn't he?
Yeah, but listen, it wasn't convincing. You know, sometimes pressure lifts the game. I think Arsenal are constrained by their own stresses of playing at home. And let's be honest, if Vissa had done what he was doing all the time for Brentford, he should have absolutely buried that chance at the death there. I mean, it was a gilt-edged opportunity to put them level, and that would have put the cat amongst the pigeons, Sean. But it wasn't to be. Can you see?
It puts it back interesting again, mate. It makes it interesting again because I think all Arsenal fans were like when City got pipped back and went back to first for everyone was we're done, we're choking, we're bottling it, and I'm like, what, like. It's still in your hands. Win every game by enough goals. It's still very much in your hands. And I still believe that there'll be another twist and turn in the Premier League title. I think that both teams might drop points before the end. I think it's possible. I'm not saying they will, but I don't think it's like a fait accompli that it's just Man City's now, because Man City didn't look very strong at all the other weekend, did they? They didn't look fantastic against Southampton. Without Rodri, exactly, yeah.
Without Rodri, they, against Burnley, they didn't have Rodri, and they, yes, they created chances, but there was no fluidity to their game, in my opinion. Rodri is, he's the conductor, he's the guy that makes them tick. But isn't it amazing? How long ago was it? Just a short while ago, everyone was talking about the Arsenal quadruple. Now, quietly, people are starting to talk about the City treble. It's like, what a flip if it was to happen. I mean, that's, that would be a choke and a half. But I still think it's very much in Arsenal's hands. I really do. Arsenal have got 3 home games out of their 4 games. First one was Newcastle. They got Fulham, and then they've got Atletico Madrid, and they've got 1 away game. So I think City have got the harder games, personally.
Is that right? Arsenal have got 3 home games and 1 away.
Yeah, but I mean, no, I'm talking about in total, like including the Champions League. So they had Newcastle. So they had Newcastle and Fulham are at home. Newcastle and Fulham are at home. Yeah. Atletico Madrid second leg is at home, and
West Ham away and Palace away as well, and Burnley at home.
Exactly, mate.
They should have no problem.
No, I'm saying I think they'll smash Burnley, and I think they'll win the title based on the Burnley game. Who can you see them dropping points against? out of them?
Maybe West Ham.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
I think
that's a killer, isn't it? Because, obviously, like, I don't care about Arsenal winning the league. Good luck to them if they do. I wanted Arsenal to beat Newcastle. I know it sounds weird, but I wanted them to do it because I want them to go into the West Ham game needing to beat West Ham and having full attention on that. If Newcastle were to have beaten Arsenal yesterday, I think that Arsenal would like their heads would have dropped, and then you could see a motivated West Ham maybe getting at something like having more of a chance in that game. For me, all I care about is obviously Tottenham, and so I want Arsenal to go into the West Ham game needing the 3 points to still conceivably win the Premier League title. So, but I do think that West Ham, playing at West Ham, they seem motivated. They seem like they've got their goal scoring boots on. I can't believe that they've kept up their stamina so strongly, so well since the January window, bringing in Tati, bringing in the other fella. Was it Garcia? Who's the other guy that came in? I forget his name. But like just that refreshing that they did in the January window just gave them such a lift, such a momentum. They've had unbelievable form, and I genuinely do think that Arsenal travelling to West Ham is a bit of a banana skin for Arsenal.
Well, it could be.
West Ham have actually got good form against Arsenal historically at their gap, haven't they?
Do you mean West Ham who
Pablo
invested? West Ham who's board invested in them trying to keep them up in the league, as opposed to our board who said, "Nah, we don't need all last 5 games in London." There you go.
Five London derbies. Yeah.
I mean, it's there for them. It's there for them.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think. What do you think's more interesting, the Premier League title race or the relegation race?
Well,
for a neutral.
If you're a broadcaster, I think they're on equal par. I think for the neutral, it's Arsenal choking against anybody and Spurs going down. I mean, the whole game yesterday, the Wanderers fans were singing "You're going down with the Wanderers," right? And if we go down, we deserve it. I mean, we could go on to that game next, Sean, if you want.
Which game? The West Ham game.
The West Ham game or the Spurs game? Which one do you want to go? Should we go to the Spurs?
I'll go.
You want to go? Yeah, we'll go Spurs.
Fine, yeah.
I mean, listen, look, we can blend them in. Look, the fact of the matter was, we were absolutely shocking. With a Xavi Simons, with a Solanke, when they were on the pitch, we were flat. We did not, in any shape, way, or form, come out like a team that was desperate, absolutely desperate for survival against a team who, all right, they've been good at home recently. They beat Liverpool, they beat Villa, and they drew with Arsenal, but that was no excuse. I didn't see anything, Sean. That half time when everyone was booing, and rightly so, because both sides were crap and the referee was absolutely horrendous. How he never gave Andre a red card, I'm not quite sure. I personally thought
that's an absolute disgrace, in my opinion.
Are we going to get another? Are we going to get yet another PGMOL after the event? Tell us. Oh yes, well it should have been a red. This will be the 3rd one. Listen,
it's up for interpretation. I think some people are saying it isn't a red. I remember in my chat, they were doing the watch along. I remember, I was going mental, saying it's 100%. It's like 2-footed challenge, and people were saying he got the ball or he got a little bit of the ball before he took the player up. I'm like, since when has that mattered? You go in 2-footed. You go in 2-footed on someone with both legs up, and it wasn't like 2-footed like this. It was 2-footed like that. Right, so one foot was on the floor, the other one was up high. He went straight through Bissouma. Yeah, the ball, he did touch the ball with his toe, but it was 2-footed, mate. 2-footed challenges have been straight red cards for about 5 years on the bounce. The fact that first of all, the referee didn't want to give anything. He didn't give a yellow card for about 45 seconds to a minute, whilst the players were having a furore.
I thought he was waiting to pull out the red. I thought.
And then the VAR went, yeah, check's over. Checks over. We agree with Anthony Taylor. I was going, what? What are we doing here?
I mean, do you remember? Do you remember? You remember when Romero just cleared the ball?
Yeah.
Ball out, and actually his follow through ended up clipping the player. Straight red.
Against Chelsea, there was a straight red for
Yeah.
doing that, and there was one last season as well, earlier this season as well. I forget the specific game. Straight red.
Not even. No.
Yeah.
No.
It's really high, really high. Andre's second higher foot was higher than Romero's challenge on either of those two Chelsea players. It was up towards his top of his, or not top of his shin, middle of his shin. And Bissouma's lucky he didn't get a worse injury from it. You know? But yeah, of course, nothing given. And then at the same time, about 45 minutes later, as the timeline goes on, you've got West Ham, who decide, I think it was Fernandes, decides to give a bear hug to the Everton player, knock the ball out of it in the box. No foul, no
Hang
pen.
on, it was accidental.
They didn't even check it. They didn't even fucking check it. The VAR didn't even fucking check it, Johnny. What are we doing, bro? You cannot tell me there isn't a fucking agenda.
I mean, since when did Spurs accidentally punch a ball out and not get given a penalty against them? I'd like to know. I tell you what, talk about a roller coaster of emotions. When we heard the news that West Ham had taken the lead from Souček, we were like, everyone went silent. We felt sick. It didn't look like it was going to happen. Xavi Simons had gone off. We'll talk about that and again in a minute. And it looked like it was done. It was toast. And then our man, Paulinho, with the assist from Richarlison. Richarlison tried to kick the ball towards goal. Paulinho slid in yet again. That is 4 points and 2 goals for Paulinho in the 2 games we've played them. We've only scored 2 goals against Wolves. Yeah. And he scored both of them and got the 4 points. And you're thinking, unbelievable. We're back in it.
Best players of the season doesn't play, barely plays. Ridiculous.
Yeah, barely plays, but he keeps scoring goals. And then we hear the news that Everton have scored. Delirium. Where we're
just
bouncing
quickly,
up
Johnny,
and down.
On the stream, right? So we just lost Xavi to a long-term injury. We'll talk about that in a second. And obviously Solanke had gone as well. And me and Drew are sitting here going like, we're atrocious, mate. We are absolutely atrocious. What are we supposed to do? We got no chance here. We're not creating anything. And then we get a corner kick, and Bentancur rises and sticks the head on it. It's a fantastic save from Jose Sarr, right? And then I was like, come on. I was like, Drew, this is all we need, mate. We need 2 moments in both games. And you know what? You only need 1 moment if it happens at the same time. And Drew was like, what are you talking about? I was like, we need 1 goal from a set piece right here. And at the same time, in the same moment, you never know, Everton might get one back. And then everything changes. Zoom forward 5 minutes, Johnny. And that is exactly what happened. Our corner kick won by Matisse Tell, absolutely brilliantly hard-working guy. Gets the ball, gets the corner kick. We get the goal. And at the same, literally 30 seconds later, as you were saying, not only are you delirious from the goal, then the news filters through that Everton have pegged one back against West Ham.
Yeah,
I couldn't write it.
Yeah, and we were, I mean, you can imagine, right? I mean, the sun was beating down on us, right, the whole time. Fantastic hospitality at Wolves. Got to hand it to them. They ran out of water before the game had started on a baking hot day. So you were literally standing there. The sun's beating down on your head. You're absolutely dripping. And
that's where beer comes in, mate.
Yeah, well, you're feeling a bit, if you could get there. Disheartened, mate. Totally disheartened.
The question is on everyone's minds, though, Johnny, is how was the curry?
The curry, mate. Unbelievable.
Did you have the curry?
Yeah, the Desiree tree, mate. If you're ever in Wolves, Desiree U tree, right? I posted it. He's posted it. He was very happy. We took a couple of newbies there. Met a lot of Wolves fans in there actually, who were extremely friendly. Got to say, and they said, "I can't believe you come up to Wolves for a curry." They said it's the best curry. Look it up. I think it's got a 4.7 rating. So, we were in that position, depressed. Then we were happy. Then the Everton goal went in, and we were thinking, "Oh my God, it's turned round. This is our moment. This is where it all changes." And then we hear the Wolves fans saying, "You're going down with the Wanderers," and we knew something had gone on. And everyone's going, "What's happened? What's happened? What's happened?" No one looking at the game. And then it was just, hang on. We've got to hang on to the victory. And thank God Kinski pulls off a fantastic save at the death there, because I think had that gone in, I think it would have been curtains for us, to be honest with you. I think the fans would have it would have killed the fans. It would have killed the players. And at the final,
did he get man of the match? Did I see on Instagram?
No, I thought Paulinho got the man of the match, actually.
I don't know. I didn't see who got it, but I saw on Instagram that Tottenham Social posted a video saying, "What a save by our player of the match, Antonin Kinski." So
yeah,
I don't remember what else he did apart from that. I don't remember him having too much to do. It was a really boring game of football, wasn't it, for the most part?
Yeah, but I mean, they missed a couple of open goals. But what I will say about Kinski seems to install calmness in the back four, something that Vicario doesn't do, because his inability to work the ball with his feet. I never thought at 1 minute when Kinski had the ball that there was going to be a problem. And I got to give him big up to him after what happened in Bilbao, to have that humiliation and to be dragged off and to come back like he has in these last 3 games. He had the collision with Romero and then had to make a huge save at the feet of someone not long after. I think hasn't put a foot wrong, to be honest with you. And I think he deserves to keep his place. But just going back to Paulinho, that guy plays with more passion than anyone else on that pitch. Yeah. And he's not even a fully paid up member of Tottenham Hotspur. The way he goes about.
If we go down, he won't be staying at Tottenham, will he? But no. I love him, though. I love him. I think he's such a professional, gets around, does his job. Yes, he's limited in his ability to distribute, but he pops up with some really important goals, and he's so passionate. He should be captain. Take the armband off Mickey van der Ven and take it off Romero and give it to someone like him. And I think
what I don't like is a lot of Spurs fans have been saying, you can't play him again. You got to keep the same team. He ain't that great. Mate, you keep saying it. Meanwhile, he's won more tackles than any other player in the Premier League. And how many goals has he scored, Sean? Did we get to the end last time? Hang on, let me just check. Go on. You check and I'll go and check on this. I know you got me to go and check.
Well, I just want to come back to something here. Someone said something in a minute. Where is it? Someone said these two. Here we go. Dexter Morgan. These 2 pillocks are Arsenal bum shakers. We're not Arsenal fans, mate. unless I'm misreading, we're Tottenham fans, bro. We're not shaking any bums for Arsenal, mate. I think you might have stumbled into the wrong room. We're Tottenham fans, but we just talk about all of the games and all of the teams. We try to be as unbiased as possible. Unfortunately, we get accused a little bit of talking about Tottenham a little bit too much for a neutral channel, but it is what it is.
I think it says 6 goals and 3 assists, but they've been important goals, Sean.
Yeah, massively important goal. He's good in the air
against Wolves. 4 points against Wolves. 82 minutes against Wolves yesterday. 94 minutes against Wolves in the home game to get the point.
Yeah. So yeah, he pops up late, mate. Talking of popping up late, mate. So on the basis of that, have we done all the other games? Oh, Man United Brentford, that's on tomorrow night. It's a big game. That is massive game. And Liverpool Palace 3-1 to Liverpool. I didn't actually see this game tomorrow, so I don't have much to say about it. But what I can tell you is that the chat, at Mr. Anthony, the guy from Australia who wanted to do the predictions, he got that one right as well, mate. Got 3 points. But you got 3 points for picking Isak as a goal scorer. So
did I not have the score though? The result.
No, you said 3-0. You said.
For God's sake.
I said 2-1 to Liverpool. You said 3-0.
So I got 4 points. 4
points on that game. Yeah.
Tell me something, Sean. Based on the momentum at the moment and the games played, and the fact that, let's just go back to the game with Xavi Simons. I've lost count how many times, Sean, I've watched our medical team go to a guy who's clutching his knee in agony, pounding the ground after 2 or 3 minutes, and asked him to run it off, jump it off, squat jump it off, only to see them collapse on the ground and be carried off on a stretcher or to be taken off and missing. Is he injured? Is he injured? Is it badly injured? I've seen. No,
I think so. I think he probably is.
No. I've seen people say because he goes down all the time. I mean, I've seen a few Arsenal fans.
He looked like he'd been shot, mate. He looked like. Have you ever seen someone like not when they're in pain, but they're shocked that something's happened, and they like you see it in. I don't know if you've ever seen like weird. I'm not even going to say what I was going to say, but like you see situations where people are. They're scared by what's happening rather than being in pain. And when Xavi went down, he was holding his knee and he was looking like he'd seen a ghost. He looked scared, not in pain. And then I think the pain kicked in. And then obviously, I don't know, adrenaline, whatever. But look, the medical team at Tottenham haven't got the slightest fucking clue what they are doing. First of all, they didn't even get people over to see him. Then they were waving.
Just leave it out. He's all right.
He'll be all right. Oh, no, shit. Okay, we'll go over there. Xavi, are you okay? Stand up, mate. Let's get out the magic spray. Get out the magic. Give the old magic sponge and a slice of orange, as we were saying earlier on.
I thought it was the Wolves physio that was over there before them. I mean, honestly.
Did you see the abuse that he got from as he was put on the stretcher? It does look a little bit awkward being put on a stretcher. It's a little bit embarrassing. They strapped his legs in.
He didn't want to go on. First of all, during the game, he's off the pitch. And two bozos start walking across with a stretcher, not the wheelie stretcher, the normal stretcher across the pitch, and rightly so. The Wolves fans were going mental. Like, what are you doing, mate? What, go around the outside, get off the pitch. But it wasn't a surprise when he broke down again. With him gone, if he is gone. There's now no creativity in the Spurs team, right? None. And Solanke, it's quite ironic. It's quite ironic that the two players that Roberto De Zerbi held up as the pillars of what Spurs are about, Solanke and Xavi Simons, for other players to aspire to, are the two players that went off injured. Without those two, that makes 11 players out missing. Do we really have a chance to score goals, Sean, and really create havoc for other teams?
Set pieces again, mate. Just go big. It. Mickey van der Ven, Polinia, Bentancur, Kevin Danso. They're big guys, big lumps.
That's all we've got, isn't it?
That's all we've got now. That's all we got, set pieces,
Yeah.
But that's all you need, mate. That's all you need. But like I say... It is what it is, mate. It's one of those seasons where everything's gone against us. Injuries are just outrageous. No one wants to really bake that into the analysis. Everyone wants to moan and say that the club is run by idiots. And I don't disagree, but there is a hell of a lot of luck, bad luck, misfortune, whatever, that I think you can also apply to the situation, because, it never rains, but it pours with Tottenham. It just goes and goes and goes. It gets worse and worse and worse. And I've never known anything like it. Like I say, I used to laugh about the idea that Tottenham have got a curse on them, but you were saying at the start of the season, or maybe when it was October, November,
before,
saying, go and piss in the corner, get a witch doctor out, burn some sage. Genuinely think that they might need to do that. I feel like there is some voodoo. Or it's either that, or there's definitely something going on with regards our muscle, like the red zone stuff. And I guess also injuries compound on themselves, right? Because if you have fewer players available, then the players you do have available play more minutes, and then therefore there's less time for them to recover. But I've just never known anything like it, mate. Every single player that we buy has missed more time in injuries in playing in a Tottenham shirt than they probably had in the rest. Like, I think Dominic Solanke's missed more time in a Tottenham shirt than he has in the entirety of his career before he joined Tottenham.
He has, yeah.
Mental.
Same with all of them.
Udogie, 1 week in, 3 weeks out, Even bloody Conor Gallagher, who's never missed a bloody game of football, injured in his entire career, comes to Tottenham and then and gets sick.
Just called Destiny Okie Kokie, the Okie Kokie, because he's out, shaking all about, and he's gone.
It's mental.
So I listen. I think it's going to be a tough ask for Spurs to do anything. And let's be honest, I think West Ham are playing with conviction, a belief, never say die attitude. and Nuno has done an absolutely fantastic team. Really, absolutely fantastic job, should I say, with them. And, you know, I think the right was on the wall. I don't think anyone saw them getting out of trouble. You know, and no one was jumping up and down saying, look at all those signings they've made. How fantastic are they? They look like nothing in particular.
Sorry, who's this? Who's doing that? Sorry?
I'm talking about West Ham signings, you know.
West Ham, yeah. No, West Ham have been fantastic, mate. Sometimes it's just that, though, isn't it? I genuinely think when you look back at the season-defining moments, for me, it was the January window. West Ham made an effort, right? They've got owners that are universally despised by their fan base. Let me know if there's any West Ham fans in the chat. Let us know if you think I'm wrong. But as far as I'm aware, every West Ham fan hates their owners. You know, you got the owner. One of them wants out because she wants to focus on more important things, like being Lord Sugar's fucking donut assistant on The Apprentice, rather than managing a Premier League football team or owning a Premier League football team. But yet they managed to put their hand in their pocket and get a few players in, a couple of players in January, and that refreshed their entire outfit, gave them some new options and some new ideas, and they haven't looked back since. You know, and I think Tottenham dilly-dallied and Johan Lang turned around and said, "Oh, there was nobody available that would have made us better." Or nobody in the entirety of the world footballing markets. There wasn't a single player that you could have brought in.
Lookman.
Hello, Ademola Lookman is just one of. There's hundreds of the bastards, mate. There's hundreds of players that would have made us better. That if you put your hand in your pocket, you could have brought in. But the argument that he put forward was it's a difficult window, you know, with the champions. But there is some truth to it. But it doesn't neglect.
We got players coming back, Sean. Look, granted, let's give him credit where credit's due. Granted, he would have signed 4 or 5 players and all of them would have been injured. But that's by the by. Sean, I just wanted to check with you. I saw an article, I'm not sure if it's true, that plays straight into Arsenal's hands, that now Manchester City are in the final, they're expected to play 2 league games within 48 hours of each other.
Now that who's in the final? Manchester City?
Yeah.
That City have to pay 2 in. No, they can't. That's a rule that you have to have at least 72 hours between the games.
There's something wrong, isn't it? There's something wrong.
As far as I'm aware, there's a rule that you can't play 2 in 2 days or in whatever. So what are you saying? Like one on Saturday, one on the Monday? Is that what you're suggesting?
I can't remember what the days were. What are the dates now? Is the Spurs Chelsea game date changed? Let me have a look.
It will change.
Yep.
They'll make that nice and convenient.
They'll make it to the last game of the season.
They'll make it like on like 11 p.m. on a bloody Friday night or something.
Yeah. Oh, it says 17th of May to be decided. So that will mean that it's cancelled, right? On the 17th. So it will mean it could be just after. It'll have to be just after the final then. Because the final game is the 24th of May. Yeah.
Okay.
So if the cup final's on the 18th of May,
the FA Cup final's on the 16th of May.
Right. Okay.
And Tottenham was supposed to play Chelsea on the 17th of May, but that will now it'll probably get moved to like the 19th, won't it?
Right.
Or the 20th.
Okay. So 19th is how many days after the final? 3 days after the final,
or the 20th of May. So if it's Saturday night, they'll probably move it to like Tuesday or Wednesday night, wouldn't they?
Right. So that's
all games on the final day are Sunday at 4 p.m, aren't they? Sunderland, Chelsea's. Yeah.
Correct.
So they'll probably move it to the Wednesday night. So it'll probably be 17th, 8th to 20th of May. Yeah.
So basically, Spurs will have a gap between the 11th of May. They'll have potentially a 9-day break between Leeds and Chelsea.
How many more injuries do you think will sustain in that 9-day break?
Well, I don't know. Conservatively, it's only training, so maybe only 2 or 3, Sean.
Richarlison.
De Zerbi's been injured picking up his water from the.
I was going to say, yeah. Richarlison's injured in a tantrum. He threw his PS5 controller at the screen, and a fragment of glass snapped off and poked him in the eye, and he's now blind or something.
We've got. I mean, yeah. So I'm just trying to see that. So listen. Hopefully, it is the 19th, and it's only 3 days after a cup final. Hopefully, it's an exhausting one where they pick up a couple of injuries.
Could they move it before? They move it to the game. Would they move it before? They wouldn't, would they?
I don't think so.
Let's have a look.
I'd be surprised if they move it before because we're playing Leeds on the 11th.
We're playing this on the 11th. Oh, we wouldn't then. Yeah, so no. It would be the week after.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So that's going to be an interesting one.
Why don't they just move the FA Cup back a couple of weeks? How about that? How about stop pissing around with our fucking fixture list? You've got there. Make it. It's your problem, not our problem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't want Kinski injured.
Yeah.
I don't think breaks are good. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree there with you, CC. In fact, the guy at Wolves was saying before they had a break, Wolves, they have a fantastic run of form, and that 3-week break, the international break, they came back and they weren't the same team, and they got hammered in all of those games. So be interested to see. But I would say then that Manchester City is still to play Crystal Palace. Let me have a look at Man City's fixtures. It's a bit worrying because I've got a feeling they're going to put them right on top of each other and play into Arsenal's hands. Yeah, let's have a look.
But Arsenal have got to play two more Champions League games as well. So that's problematic for them. But City don't have to.
Yeah, as it stands, Sean. As it stands, mate. No. As it stands, this is it. The final is on the 16th. They've got a serious problem. What they're going to have to do to Man City, they're going to award Arsenal the title by doing this. They have got Bournemouth on the 17th, Palace on the 22nd, and Villa on the 24th. So between the 16th and the 24th, so in 8 days,
they could move Bournemouth to Man City to like the 13th or the 12th, couldn't they? They can move that one earlier. Well, they're going to have
to do something. You can't play 4 games in 8 days.
Of course not.
That's what they've got at the moment. That's what they've done.
It looks like it is scheduled. Man City Palace is on the 22nd of May.
It is 2 days.
On the Friday night. They can't do that. That's not allowed. I'm sure there's a rule that there has to be 72 hours.
What are they trying to do?
Hang on. Can Premier League teams be made to play 48 hours apart? Made to play twice, 48 hours apart.
Mate, that's madness.
Hang on. Fucking hell. It says, yes, Premier League teams can be made to play twice within 48 hours, although it's officially discouraged and generally avoided, particularly during the festive period. While FIFA recommends a minimum of 72 hours rest between matches to protect player welfare, strict scheduling, often driven by TV broadcasting demands, can result in tighter turnarounds. The Premier League specifically tries to avoid scheduling teams to play twice in less than 40 hours during the Christmas-New Year period.
So what are they going to do?
I genuinely thought there was a rule. I thought that's crazy.
So what they're trying to do is at the death, they're going to make them play 4 games in 8 days. How's that? I mean, how's that real? Surely they've got to move. Surely they've got to move.
That's outrageous. They could squeeze a game in by moving the Bournemouth game earlier.
Yes. But that still makes 2 days. They can't do that. They can't do that. They have to move the Man City Palace game back a day or 2.
Yeah, they have.
They have to. They have to put the Bournemouth. They can't do that.
That's outrageous. I didn't realise. I genuinely thought that there was a law saying 48 hours apart is crazy. Them's the breaks. Says an Arsenal fan, I reckon.
Yeah, them's the break. Tough. Says Mirrors.
Tough shit, Mirrors. Yeah, I get you, mate. One of them will have to be. That's mental. That's mental. But if anyone can handle it, mate, they probably can. But they've got enough depth, haven't they? Imagine if Tottenham had to do that.
Can they, mate? I mean, they got 4 days, mate. It's not easy games, right? So you're playing Chelsea in the cup final, right? Then you're playing Bournemouth away, who are going for Europe and potential Champions League. Then you're playing Palace, and then you're playing Villa.
I don't know. I think that
How's
they
that
could.
allowed, mate? How's
They
that
could.
allowed?
I don't know if they can ever if it's easy to move teams around, but they could. I
They
believe
should.
they could. I don't know if you can move a game
They've
forward.
got to move Bournemouth. They got to move Bournemouth to earlier and push. I mean, how can Spurs be playing Chelsea on the 19th, but they're making Manchester City after the cup final wait 4 days to push it to only 2 days before the games? That's not right.
Man City versus Brentford on the 9th. They could move the Bournemouth City game to the 13th, like a Tuesday or a Wednesday night. Then the Chelsea Man City game on the Saturday for the final, or Sunday, whenever that is, Saturday or Sunday.
And then push the Palace game back.
And then make the Man City Palace game on the 20th. Yeah. And then give them 40. Yeah, they'll have to do that. It's outrageous, mate. It's outrageous.
Could you imagine if they don't
we know,
it?
Mate, we know Guy Masters, he said, there is a strategy at the Premier League to have a new winner on the title every 5 years. They said it. It's not even like it's open. It's out there. It's an open secret. They want Arsenal to win the league, and they want Tottenham to go down. The bastards.
Methods, right? Methods, mate. I do call them cheaters, but come on, mate. Come on. There's conspiracy theories. When Masters says he wants a new winner of the league, and you put them 4 games in 8 days and push the game 48 hours between each other, 2 days between each other, when it's quite easy to spread the games out and give them the same time. Spurs versus Chelsea will be on the 19th, I'm being told.
Oh, hang about. Who's their game against? Man City's game is against. Who's the one we're talking about moving? Man City against who? Bournemouth. Okay, so they're not. So they haven't got it, because I thought it was Crystal Palace for a second. They've got Palace. They've got Man City versus Palace on the 22nd. So they can't really move that because Palace are also participating in Europe. So that's the other thing. Like they can't.
So why not move Palace? So why not move Palace?
Because we're saying if they were to move Man City Palace back to like a Wednesday night, they won't be able to do that because
they can move Bournemouth game though, can't they?
They can move the Bournemouth. Well, they're going to have to move the Bournemouth game because they can't play. But they're going to have to move the Bournemouth game
on
the
17th of May. 4 games in 8 days, mate.
At the
business time of the season, the business end of the season.
But they'll have to move the Bournemouth game backwards. They'll have to move the Bournemouth game to before the Chelsea City game in the final. But I don't think they can move the City Palace game because Palace will be in Europe on the Thursday night. That's why they have to squeeze it in on the 2. It's a fucking outrage, bro.
Outrage. This game has been held back.
I mean, Arsenal get all the breaks, don't they? The breaks.
Honestly, mate. Honestly.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What are we doing here?
They've even got a nice break between the Arsenal and the West Ham game. They played Madrid on the Tuesday. They don't play West Ham till the Sunday.
Maybe UEFA will have to, to make this one fair, mate. Maybe they'll have to change the Palace games.
Meanwhile, Palace will be in the final. They're probably playing Arsenal in the last game of the season, the day after their final. When is the final?
Hang on. Sorry, saying not true. The Europa Conference League final is the 27th of May. Yeah, but when's the semi-finals? Is there no semi-final that week?
Palace are playing Arsenal on the 24th, 3 days before. Do you think they'll be resting players? It's done.
Everything's coming up Millhouse for Arsenal, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Unbelievable.
So hang on.
Listen, Arsenal are going to win the league. Now that we've gone into this, I didn't know any of this was happening until about 40 minutes ago. Now this is all coming out in the wash. I think all your Arsenal fans can get excited about the consequences here. The connotations are insane.
So hang on. Man City are playing Palace on the 22nd, 5 days before the final. Is that right?
Oh, okay. So the first
can't be right.
The first leg of the semi-final is this week. The second leg is next week. So there is the break. So they can move the Man City Palace game. They could move it. They could.
I bet you they don't want to.
Bet you they don't. Yeah, they won't. But they could. I think they could. There's wiggle room to move it. But also Palace are playing Arsenal 3 days before, are they? Before their own fight. If Palace were to get there. This is fantastic.
We're not paranoid. We're not.
No, we're just going through the connotations. That's all.
Listen. Did you all know that there was only 2 days between the?
No, I didn't know.
Games?
I didn't even know it was possible.
In 8 days?
You said it earlier. I was like, "Nah, it's not. It's a rule, Johnny. You can't play twice in 48 hours."
I'm sure Palace have been in this situation where they were fine before playing all their kids. Did they not do this before, Reese? Or am I mistaken? In a cup game once.
Play a youth team on the Friday. Look, Liverpool played a youth team in the was it the FA Cup final a couple of years ago, and they still won it, didn't they?
Yeah, but this is
was it
Palace,
the FA Cup
mate.
final or was it the Carabao Cup? I can't remember.
What's this?
Oh, I can never get excited about winning a league with Arteta in charge. Mate, I'm looking. I can't wait for the first leg of the Champions League though this week. That is this week, isn't it? My calendar's all out. They're going away. Is it they're away in Madrid this week? Is that right? For the first
who's that?
Arsenal.
Yeah, they're away, but for them, no Lookman. Sorloth managed to get some minutes on the weekend in a 3-2 win. They rested. I just hope
they got the right recipe, the right distribution of water-based lube in the sprinkler system.
I'm hoping for some pure Spanish olive oil on that pitch.
It'd be so hot you could crack an egg and it's nicely sizzling because of all the olive oil people are sliding in and
what
flying.
I'd love to see is Arteta on the sidelines going like this and then slipping over on his arse. It's about time he went down. It's
doing
about
his
time
own
he went
ACL.
down.
Yeah.
Listen, I think Arsenal will get to the final. I unfortunately have got to go out Tuesday night, which is a bit of a bummer. So I'm going to be missing the final. I'm going to have to record it. Cece, we'll be doing the World Cup. We'll be covering the World Cup. We're going to be doing the World Cup games.
Have you seen the price? Right. So I watched this thing on TV yesterday. So if you live in New York and you go to the train station on a normal weekend to watch
$9, isn't it?
Then between $9 and $12 to get a train ticket from New York Grand Union or whatever Union Station, whatever it is, to where the MetLife Stadium is. On the 8 games and the final for the Football World Cup, the price of the ticket to get to the stadium and back is $150. What are we doing here?
It's $150 to park your car.
I mean, corruption is going to corruption, whatever happens. But in America, if there's a chance to make a little bit of money, they'll do it. It's capitalism, and I love it. I'm all here. I'm here for it generally. But $150 to travel about 4 miles into New Jersey. What are we doing here?
I mean, it's madness. I mean, it's 100. Can you imagine how much they charge for a donut or for a hot dog?
Oh,
sir, it's $20 for the hot dog. Plus state tax, plus service charge, community charge,
plus my tip,
plus my 5% tip. That would be $47, sir. Should we do the super chat, Sean? We got a few super chats.
Yeah. Big up to Chudini. Always here, always supporting, mate. Thank you very much indeed, my man. Where's the Choo? Appreciate you, mate. Thank you very much indeed, buddy. Hope all is well with you and yours. Tommy Castillo, big up to you, Tommy. What a name that is. He says...
Tony Costello.
Yeah, not going to lie. Even though we collected 3 points after the performance, I'm even more certain we're going down. Thoughts? Do you know, I saw someone else saying that. It's like, weirdly, we won our first game, but I feel like we're more likely to go down now than I did before the game.
I hear what Tony's got. Tommy, I hear where you're coming from because it was such an abject performance. It never looked like it was ever going to come, and
plus the injuries, right?
Plus the injuries, and the fixtures that we've got against the teams that we've got. It's a tough ask, mate. It's a tough ask. It really is. I think that Brighton game, had we hung on in there and not had that freak goal against Sunderland, you know, that would have been an extra 3 points. I think would have made all the difference to us. It's a tough ask. We're really relying on West Ham to drop points while we somehow find a win from somewhere.
Their 4 games, they got Brentford away, which I think is a real tough one. They got Arsenal at home, which obviously we think is a tough one. They got Newcastle away, which is a tough one, and then they've got Leeds at home. So we also
could be on the beach. It could be on the beach.
Sure. We also have Leeds. We have Aston Villa away, which I guess you could put in the same camp as probably Newcastle in terms of difficulty for so that they sort of two match off. Then they've got Arsenal and we've got Everton and they've got Brentford and we've got Leeds. Who have we got? Leeds.
Got Leeds, Everton. Villa, Everton, and Chelsea.
Oh, and Chelsea. That's it. Chelsea. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a toss up. I think it's
clutching
possible.
At straws, Sean. Clutching at straws, mate.
Yeah.
Clutching at straws, guys. If you're in the chat, please hit the like button. Just helps the algorithm. And if you're here for the first time, please hit the subscribe button. Tell us who you support. It's good to see we've got a few Arsenal supporters in here, Villa supporters, and a few others. So we
Big
appreciate
up to Daniel
you all.
Big up to Danny boy. Thank you very much, mate. Choo to you, bro.
Thank you, Daniel.
To you, Danny. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, look, fascinating stuff, mate. I mean, one of those days where I was like, what are we going to talk about today? And the West Brom story is bonkers. The fixture scheduling is bonkers. The refereeing decisions from the weekend are absolutely bonkers.
How bad was that? How bad was the referee? Sean? Do you think
I didn't think the referee was terrible outside of that moment, but I thought the referee in that moment is important, right? If Wolves go down to 10 men in the first, it wasn't the first half, wasn't it? Wolves go down to 10 men in the first half, right, and rightly so. Then I think Tottenham win that game convincingly. But look, it is what it is. We got the points, but
I mean, anyway. When you see the game like that yesterday, and you hear all these stories that, Marcus Senesi could be coming to Spurs, age 29. If we stay up, Spurs are interested in Igor Thiago. If we stay up, quite honestly, I'm not interested in any of these stories. I'm not interested in the director of football coming. I'm not interested in being linked to players, the ifs, the buts, the whats, the maybes. It's all irrelevant to me. It's staying up in the league. If we stay in the league, then I'll focus on it and I'll have some interest in it. Right now, it's smoke and mirrors. Did you see, just on a final note on our ridiculous club, did you see the faces on Johan Lang and Vinay?
Yeah.
The final whistle.
Yeah.
They didn't look convinced, did they? Sean?
I love the meme. Someone swapped their suits with the orange and blue suits from Dumb and Dumber with Lloyd and Harry.
I mean, honestly, did they look convincing?
No, they look like they've had the worst. They look like they're bloody miserable, and so they should be. They've done a terrible bloody job, and they're rightly getting all of the criticism that they're getting. And I think that they probably know that at the first possible opportunity, they're both going to be removed from their seats. And if they're not, then there should be a bloody stewards inquiry into that. Just quickly, AK Shegs. My mate bought tickets to all the games at the Levy Arena, San Francisco, San Jose, where they play. It was $3,800 for upper level tickets. So in the gods. One of the games he got was Austria versus Iran. Another one.
That should be a blast.
And the other one was Paraguay versus Australia.
Will they invade each other, Austria and Iran?
Yeah.
Paraguay versus Australia. My missus got tickets for while we were in Japan. No, it wasn't Japan. It was in Korea. Got tickets for the 2028 Olympics.
The 20. Where's that? Where is it?
LA.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. In the sort of they're
already selling tickets to the 2028 Olympics.
Yeah, but you got to get in now because they're now only slightly astronomical as opposed to the prices. We got 2 days.
No, you're going. It's you. Sorry, it's you that's going.
Yeah,
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
We got 2 days of athletics.
Yeah, but how much is the hotel's going to cost?
Well, we might have to walk to the stadium, Sean, at $150 a piece, just to get around. Yeah, it's a farce, mate. I mean, it's meant to be the every person's sport, right? Why can't you make the prices? You do not need to make, like he was saying there, 3,800 for a ticket package. That's 5 games.
How much for the tickets for the? How much for the tickets for the tickets for the Olympics?
Over $1,000
for each ticket for one day. What, that are you going to see, like the 100 meters final or something, or are you just in the qualifiers?
No, we're seeing the Paralympic Paralympic
the walking marathon or whatever.
The Paralympic triple jump.
Nice.
And, no, I can't even remember. I think we're doing the transgender shot put.
Nice.
Can't remember which ones we're doing. I think we got the women's 100 meters final.
Okay.
It's an all-man affair. I love it, mate. I love it.
Listen, I was wondering when the next time we were going to get to play this was. Here we go.
Oh no, it happened again. What did he just say? I guess it's time to say goodbye. We're getting canceled today.
Very good. Very, very good.
Sack race.
£1,000 a pop to go and watch a little bit of fucking running.
$1,000. Yeah, not far off. Not far off.
Jesus Christ.
Honestly, it's like it's embarrassing, mate. It's embarrassing. But listen, we went to the China Olympics in China, in London, and in Paris. I missed Japan, even though I tried to go there twice. We couldn't do it. So it's just the thing we do.
Holidaying.
I'm an Olympian, mate. I'm an Olympian.
An enthusiast of hollypops. We love it, mate.
Yeah.
We love it. Love it over there.
I love it, mate. I love it. Guys, thanks very much for coming and being part of the show today. Couldn't do it without you. But if you could do your part to help us, and that is to hit the like, hit the subscribe button if you're here for the first time, tell us where you're from. And please, guys, come on, I'm asking you again. Your light game on the audio is shocking. If you could just hit the if you could put the link in the chat, Sean, for the audio on Spotify or Apple. You've all got phones.
It's in there. It's in there somewhere. It's there.
Yeah. Even if you don't listen to us on audio, which you can do while you're walking the wife or walking the dog, or out stalking your neighbour, just please hit that like button and give us or hit the follow button, should I say, and give us a review if you get time. But thanks very much, guys, as always, for the support. And Sean and I will be back, and we will see you tomorrow. And
not tomorrow. I'm out tomorrow. It's my mum's birthday, so I've got to take the deer out.
We won't be seeing us tomorrow because it's Sean's mum's birthday, but we'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you on Tuesday morning. Because I've got to go to town. Early Tuesday, we'll be doing it. Sean, thanks very much, mate. It's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from him. See you guys. Bye. Take care. Bye.